Petra Nemcova, top model, šopardova muza in filantropinja, ima poslanstvo in sicer izkoristiti lepoto za dobra dela. Asistenti, maskeri in frizeri jo opisujo kot bojni stroj, obenem pa priznajo, da je izjemno profesionalna, točna in vestna. Visoka svetlolasa lepotica pred objektivom prav nič ne spominja na stroj, ampak je zapeljiva, duhovita, razkriva neskončno dolge noge in spreminja podobo hitro in samozavestno. Vas zanima, kaj vsebuje običajen obrok vrhunske manekenke? Na kocke narezan sir feta, rezina avokada in zeleni čaj. Petra Nemcova se mi smehlja, jaz pa ne morem nehati razmišljati, da ima ta ženska, ki je simbol glamurja in nekdanja zaročenka ameriškega igralca Seana Penna, za seboj bridko preizkušnjo. So first of all, welcome in Ljubljana in Slovenia. I know it's your first time, but maybe you will have a little time to walk around the city and see something.
I hope so. I really look forward to it. I know the city looks absolutely beautiful, even from the window of my room. It reminds me actually a lot of Prague, and I know Plečnik. He was the architect which touched only two cities, and it was Ljubljana and Prague.
Right.
So I can see some of familiar feeling and familiar architectural details, and I wish I had more time to go and see Bled Island, but it has to be next time.
Rodila se je na Češko-Slovaškem, ki je bila takrat še komunistična država, vendar je vzela usodo v svoje roke in pobegnila pred nič kaj svetlo prihodnostjo. Leta 2004, ko je bila že slavna manekenka, je preživljala počitnice na Tajskem ravno takrat, ko je državo prizadel cunami, ki je terjal 230.000 življenj. Smrtonosni val je zajel tudi njo, vendar se ji je uspelo oprijeti drevesa, tako da je odnesla z nekaj zlomi in v hudem šoku. Take sreče pa ni imel njen zaročenec, angleški fotograf Simon Aitley, ki ga je odplavilo pred njenimi očmi. Truplo so našli šele čez 3 mesece. Ko sem ozdravela, sem spoznala, da se lahko usodi odkupim samo na en način, tako da pomagam ljudem v stiski, ki imajo manj sreče kakor jaz, pripoveduje manekenka. Tako razlaga o dobrodelni organizaciji Happy Hearts Fund, ki jo je ustanovila, in o svojem človekoljubnem delu, ki jo vodi na vse konce sveta. Leta 2005 je bila v New Orleansu, ki ga je razdejal orkan Katrina. Leta 2010 je na Haitiju pomagala žrtvam potresa in odletela v Indonezijo, kjer jo je čakal nov humanitarni projekt.
With Happy Hearts Fund, my foundation has been an amazing journey. It started after I was blessed in surviving 2004 tsunami, and my partner passed away and my pelvis was broken in 4 places, but I was still very blessed compared to others who were impacted if in Thailand or Indonesia or Sri Lanka or India, because I could go back to my family in Czech Republic and start the healing process. And so many others, they would lose family members, their home, their livelihood, their school, and nothing to come back to. So, compared to them, I was extremely lucky. And when I was still in the hospital and I couldn't move, and I had a huge desire to go back and help those who were looking for their loved ones who needed the help, but I couldn't even sit down, so I had to wait a few months. But as soon as I could walk again, I went back with my sister and a few friends to see what's the biggest need, number one, and number two, what we can do, what will have the biggest impact. And that's the first time we've seen that when first responders are leaving with Red Cross and others, that's when communities are forgotten, and often children can wait for 4, even 6, 8 years for school, a safe school to go to. That's why we start focusing on rebuilding safe, disaster resilient schools for children who are forgotten in that gap period when first responders are leaving and before the infrastructure is in place. Today we have 130 schools in 10 countries around the world.
That's incredible.
And there are at the end of this year it will be over 150. So.
Kje jemlje moč? Pravi, da njeno življenje vodi ljubezen. Med različnimi dejavnostmi, s katerimi se ukvarja, je tudi teden mode, in sicer Mercedes Benz Fashion Week, zaradi katerega je tudi prišla v Ljubljano.
As an ambassador for Mercedes, I represent the GLC class, and it's a class, a car which really reflects who I am. It has it's done for off-road and on-road, and I'm on-road with my fashion, off-road with my charity work. It's a car which is very practical and chic at the same time. One of the designs you can actually do inside with the stitching. It looks like a Chanel bag. So you can have a little bit of both. Both of my lives, my fashion life and my charity life, kind of reflect the GLC class and being ready for any terrain. And my life is really full of different roads, different paths. And fashion, what fashion means to me, fashion to me is an opportunity to express who you are, express your identity, and we all do it in different way. We can do it through clothing, we can do it through accessories, even just expressing who we are, but also the mood, how we feel. One day we feel a little bit more stronger and powerful. Another day we feel a little bit more softer and gentle, more romantic. So it's an opportunity to express who we are and how we feel. And I think from that standpoint is a communication tool.
I know that you are still very, very young, but your life was really full of different experiences. So I'd like to ask you, which is the biggest or maybe the most important thing that you've learned so far?
Life is full of beautiful experiences and lessons learned constantly. And there's so many valuable lessons. I think many of the most valuable ones are learned through the tsunami experience. Even just living in the moment, because you don't know what's going to happen the next minute. So being present, not living in the past, not living in the future, because all we've got really is now. Also that all of us go through hardships, losing loved ones, being sick, but we have, all of us, choice to focus on the negative or find the positives, and there's always a positive, even if it's 5% or 1%. We have our, I didn't know if I'm gonna walk, but I knew I had my arms, I had my eyes, I can hear, I still have many things to be grateful for. So those are some of the most valuable lessons I've learned, and they apply for everyone, each of us. And it's just life is a gift, and I think sometimes we take it for granted until we get a wake-up call. So those who can appreciate it without the wake-up call, they are the winners.